This presentation will outline the 3 phases of the FAA's SMS Voluntary Program, leading to a FAA-accepted SMS. The SMS Voluntary Program meets and exceeds the requirements of the International Standard ICAO Annex 19 framework. We will review the certificate holder's requirements, the certificate management team's validation activities, and the role of the SMS Program Office in accepting the certificate holder's SMS Voluntary Program. The SMS Voluntary Program entails 3 basic phases titled Preparation, Validation, and Administration. This streamlined view is intended to bring a common-sense, plain-language approach to what many consider to be a complex and all-encompassing acceptance process. To begin the process, the certificate holder must present a letter to their FAA Certificate Management Office requesting entry to the SMS Voluntary Program. This letter must contain the certificate holder's name, FAA designator, a specific request to join the SMS Voluntary Program, and a commitment to provide the necessary resources to establish and maintain a safety management system. The second step is to submit a schedule of events to their certificate management team principal inspectors within 90 days of being granted entry into the SMS Voluntary Program. A schedule of events consists of 2 dates. The first date is when the required documentation will be ready for the FAA review. The second date is when the certificate holder is ready for the FAA to conduct its on-site assessment of the certificate holder's SMS. The third step is the submission of a compliance statement to the certificate management team. A compliance statement is a document that identifies where each SMS requirement is addressed in the certificate holder's manual system. The last step of Phase 1 is the certificate holder's completion of its own internal self-assessment. The certificate holder's internal self-assessment will help ensure that the FAA's on-site validation assessment of the certificate holder's SMS will be successful. In the second phase of the SMS implementation, the FAA Certificate Management Team will review and accept the certificate holder's schedule of events. This step will help guarantee that FAA resources will be available when the certificate holder is ready to have its SMS validated for acceptance. The certificate management team will review the certificate holder's compliance statement to verify that the proposed processes meet the requirements listed in the SMS Voluntary Program standard. Then the certificate management team will conduct a manual review to determine that the certificate holder's documented processes will provide solid employee guidance and is not just a lot of policy statements. During this step, the CMT may offer suggestions for process improvement to help ensure that the intent of the SMS Voluntary Program requirements are being appropriately addressed by the certificate holder. Once the manual review is accomplished and the certificate holder verifies that its system is in place and working, the certificate management team will use the second date on the certificate holder's schedule of events to plan its on-site performance validation of the certificate holder's SMS processes. If the on-site validation assessments are successful, the certificate management team will record its results in SAS and recommend the certificate holder's SMS be accepted by the SMS Program Office, who sponsors the voluntary program. In the third and final phase of the 3-phased approach, the SMS Program Office will take action on the CMT's recommendation to accept the certificate holder's SMS. The SMS Program Office will issue a letter confirming the certificate holder's SMS meets the SMS Voluntary Program standard. The letter of SMS acceptance also outlines the expectation that the certificate holder will continue to apply the accepted processes of their safety management system to remain in conformance with the SMS Voluntary Program standard. As you can see, the phased process really is as simple as 1, 2, 3. Thank you for watching this presentation. If you have any questions, please contact the SMS Program Office as noted on the slide.